Hello, friends. Welcome back to Creative Exploration. Hopefully you can hear me. Yes, I think you can. All right, cool. Yeah, welcome back. I am Pers, and this is my friend Kytra, and we are here to do weird stuff with Cog. I don't know if you guys have seen Cog lately, but we're going to play with it today. Kytra is one of the smartest people I know. Whenever I have a very high level question, I ask Kytra because they can always explain to me in a way that I can understand what the situation is. So I'm super happy to have Kytra on the stream today. So welcome, and please tell the people about yourself, please.
Hey everybody, my name's Kytra. I've been doing generative AI stuff since pretty much like WorkFusion version 7. I think we're on like in the 40s now. So it's been about a 1.5 year journey of kind of just deep diving everything from, I was there back in my day. We didn't have ComfyUI. We had a Google Colab notebook in it. You had to type stuff in manually. But no, it's been a lot of fun. I've been around since before ComfyUI was even a thing, and having a lot of fun hanging out with Pers and a handful of other folks that have been on this stream before. Kind of making workflows to see what kind of places we can put Shrek next.
Mm-hmm. It's important to put Shrek places, because if we don't, who will?
Definitely. Places he doesn't belong,
Yeah.
He's good at that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, today we've been both playing with CogVideoX-Fun, the pose model. So actually, why don't you explain to the people what it is, because I don't really understand it completely. I kind of know what it is, but you really know what it is.
Well, the way we're using it is actually slightly unintended. Dropping masks inside of the pose conditioning and asking it to make extra interactions with the pose rig. But basically, it's there's a pose guidance model that was made for CogX that will take a conditioning layer from what's supposed to be a pose video, like a preprocessor. I think we're still actually trying to figure out which one's the best preprocessor for it. I think MediaPipe deserves exploration, but right now DW Pose gets the job done.
Yeah.
And basically, what you're doing is passing in a conditioning layer to go along with what CogVideo wants to create from your prompt from the T5 encoder. And so it will place or attempt to place what it wants to make from your prompt, where it thinks it should go in accordance to the rig based off the the quality of the data set that it was trained on originally. There's been very interesting interactions, actually. No one really expected for it to care about other things that you put in the conditioning, like the different masks. Is this thing here playing my Google Chrome?
Oh, here, let me switch over to your screen here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, you're set.
Yeah, so we've made a handful of masks that include a few pose conditioning videos that include like an extra mask layer, and a few of them. This one includes a bird. The bird is actually intermittent in this one. I wanted to test if CogVideo could track it actually from if it only existed in the first few frames and then exists in the last few frames as well. Could it track it across time and actually do it? And the answer is yes. A resounding success. I've got more videos I can show in a minute on that.
Yeah.
But that's really it. We're really just tricking CogVideo into putting elements of the video it would have produced for us using the T5 encoder anyway, the text to video, and we're tricking it to interacting with our conditioning videos, which at this point, I don't know what the method to the madness is. It seems that you can do anything. Anything that you put in this layer seems to affect the the motion priors underneath, and it draws from that motion influence. Let me actually see if I can pull up.
So this this doesn't actually technically really use ControlNet, right?
No, well, it's using a very specific model. There's a pose.
Yeah, the pose could. Yeah, well, so is the pose ControlNet like fine tuned into the Cog model? Is that the idea?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to get my head around like why ControlNet even like ControlNet control net input videos even work, right? Like,
Yeah, no, it was trained to do this.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and so it just happens to, based on what was originally stated about it, it was just pose rigs. You have a human pose rig from. I'm pretty sure Media Pipe Face is the right one because OpenPose doesn't have feet, and you can tell in the generations that it wants to put feet in a very specific shape in a very specific way that looks a lot like Media Pipe's body rig. But
I did notice that my feet were like flat loaves of bread all the time in all the videos I
yeah,
made.
because it's looking for some kind of guidance, and when it doesn't find it, it's basically generalizing a shape where feet
Mm.
should go. And you sometimes it's even like I've been like fused to the floor. Like my result was like my feet were fused to the ground. There's like a trunk from a
Yeah.
tree, you know. So yeah, I think we need to get media pipe body pose in it. But I don't even know that there's a preprocessor for it in Comfy yet outside of just the face rig.
Actually, that's a good question. I feel like I was messing with that at one point. Let's see if it's in the all-in-one one while you're still talking here.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna open, I don't know if it's still showing my screen. I'll show a few of the resulting videos from the mask tests from yesterday. Um, this was
Yeah.
one showing that it'll, temporally track the movement of something from just a flash of conditioning in the pose layer,
Mm-hmm.
and it will actually move it. We've tested a few of these, and the trajectory during the parts where there's no conditioning guiding it from the purple bird, it actually does take a different trajectory each time that you do this. Very slightly different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it will, like, the ball doesn't exactly follow that same path
But
whenever
it'll
the
still
the bird
land
is
on the final little blip frame, right?
exactly.
That's so cool.
Um, I don't think I downloaded one where stuff's going into my mouth. I'll have to go retrieve one of those from Banadogo.
Mm. Yeah, that was cool
Here's
too
an
because you were
example.
sending cubes into like a media pipe face.
Exactly. And this
Oh,
is an
wow.
example from, yeah, this is an example from Kijai showing that you could pretty much put anything in here. This was kind of one of the more at the time we didn't know what you could put in here, so Kijai just threw some masks together to create a
Huh.
scene, and you can see the resulting video that CogX used or created for us. So
That's a really good one.
yeah, there's a few more examples that have been coming from this that are really impressive. This one's probably a little bit hard to see, but
Mm.
just really consistent. It's a gentleman walking in the rain, based solely off this mask. I don't think, like, it's a depth mask, but I don't think the depth actually matters. I've used depth masks with this, and it didn't seem to take as well as just passing in,
Like
an alpha
constant.
mask that was
Yeah.
a silhouette. Yeah, and I don't know what the science is behind it, but it's probably got something to do with the way that they split. Because if I remember correctly, when Cog was created, elements of this like split different parts of the video on different channels. Whenever it goes in to be trained, where there's like a layer that's tracking specifically objects that are occluding other objects, and then there's a layer that's tracking specifically what it perceives as the most background layer of the video. So these concerns are split when Cog was trained. Again, if I recall correctly, I haven't looked over the paper in a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that they're split and they're in different channels. And so I don't know if there's a color correlation between this. Normally you have RGB channels,
Yeah.
and I don't know if the color of the mask matters. Like if it draws heavier from one region of color than the other, based on how close a color leans to a given channel. I'm not sure, but I've just had really good luck by making things magenta. The color green, it seems to really adhere to the edge of your mask, where it doesn't want to really be creative beyond the edge of your mask, but it'll be creative inside it. So green works well for that, and then
Hmm.
magenta seemed to have a little bit more leeway. It's a little bit more blend between the edges of your mask and what it will create with
So if
magenta.
the thing you
Whereas
want to make is more abstract or maybe nebulous, then you want to pick a magenta mask. But if you really wanted to be the icon mask, you'd be green, maybe.
exactly, and you can
That's
see that
cool.
a little bit in this example with the magenta bird.
Hmm.
I just turned it into an orb, and
Yeah.
it was fine just ignoring the shape of the bird altogether and using the motion from it. So
Yeah, it's super cool. That's one of the best outputs I've seen so far for Cog. Like a lot of my, I mean, I was doing stuff at low res for speed, but a lot of mine were coming up, pretty mashed up. But I think that's just from messing with different masks and stuff. But we can
Yeah, and there's something to be said for the seed, definitely. I mean, I've had one seed literally ignore the mask. Everything was washed out white. It like tried to put vague shapes where it thought edges were in my input. And then I moved just one seed over, changed nothing else, and it's perfect, crystal clear. So
you basically have to do 2 runs of everything.
Yeah, seed surfing is still an issue at times.
I wonder if there's a fixed seed that works most of the time.
Possibly.
42069.
Yeah. You try them all. 666.
Yeah.
But if you find one that sticks to the body pose pretty well, then yeah, I'd say go with it. Then you're at the mercy of, does the seed even know, does the seed have any idea what cats are? Does it,
Yeah, like I was trying to use like the human poses, but make like animals dance, and it would like make their entire head, the chest and stuff. Like it doesn't really, it doesn't like anthropomorphize. Yeah, it doesn't do it right. It tries really hard. Yeah.
But it's still stuck too close to the realm of reality and like the training data that it like I don't know. I've seen it kind of like it's supposed to only make one creature, and just because of the way I was standing, it like made half of another creature. It kind of made me look like a Siamese squirrel at one time. So
it's one of my like I did a bear and the legs had faces, and it was really weird.
Yeah, something I thought worth mentioning. That I've got up on Google now as well. There are workflows for anyone interested in trying this, and you don't want to have to hustle, different alpha masks and things, because it's hard to always find the thing you want that's in a pre-made alpha mask version. I've been using this Florence and SAM2 workflow. I actually pulled this wholesale off Banadoko. Someone posted it when Kijai first launched. But this workflow will basically take your input video, you search for the subject based on text, and it also has different seeds. So if it turns out poorly on one, you can move over, and it usually immediately corrects it. But the way this works is Florence will first create bounding boxes for what it finds that is associated with your text, and then it will pass that info to SAM2, and then SAM2 pulls basically the contents of those bounding boxes. It basically uses it to create this alpha mask and remove everything but what was listed.
Yeah, perfect.
So I've been using this to a lot. It's been really successful for me. Just to I tried to make the bird flap with the previous example that we showed. When the bird was not in the frame, I was trying to get it to make flapping, and then I thought, you know what? Why don't I just go find a video of a real bird and save myself a lot of time here?
Yeah.
And you can just pull a bird wholesale off the video and have a flapping bird mask at that point.
That's so cool. The stuff we can do is so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm interested in seeing, you've got some interesting things going here.
Yeah, let me switch over.
Yeah,
so this is one of my experiments, was the just trying to use the open pose, just the human open pose, to try some different animals and stuff. Let's see, let me pull up my outputs folder here. CogFun. Yeah, let's see. Had some better than others. So that's a badger. That's I think that was another badger. And I think you're right about the seeds. Like sometimes they're totally weird and sometimes they're not. So this was pizza.
Yeah, I've seen it. Oh my god. That's just all that's in the prompt is pizza?
Pizza, yeah, just pizza. Roller skating down the road. It does like to do the white background a lot. I have a feeling maybe if you put this on like maybe different colored background.
I think that one was trying to include the road. It looks like it's got noise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good point. It looks like it's moving that way too, yeah.
Yeah. It's so consistent.
A man in a pizza suit. But yeah, I mean, like you can see it's like holding pizza. You know,
Yeah,
it's almost there.
it's not quite as abstract as I'd like it to be, but
Yeah, but I mean, this is so much less flickery than animate diff that it's pretty interesting.
yeah, I've been hoping for no other reason than it's just been long enough. I've been hoping to see something come along that actually gives us the chance to dethrone diff with something as consistent and as flexible. But I still every time I see one of these, I'm like, that'll clean up really well in diff.
Yeah, that was a dolphin.
Oh, I thought this was the Nevermind baby from
Yeah,
Nirvana.
and then yeah, we tried some like some blender
Oh yeah, the
masks and stuff
roses.
too. Yeah, so we got some cool motion and stuff out of them as well. So there's definitely a lot to explore here.
Yeah,
There's-
the tile. So that example with the roses, I feel like that's in my head that would function well for like a tile application with any other model, like Animate Diff and 1.5.
mhm.
Is like to use tile very lightly just to get the shapes where you want them. But
Mm.
the opposite was true for this, if I remember correctly. You had to crank the control on this one to get it to actually put the roses where the dice are located.
Yeah,
So I
that
think
would be
control
cool.
strength on this one was 1.0 or higher on the rose examples. You had
Uh,
a few of your flower examples from early tests were also pretty impressive. The rotating flowers.
these ones, yeah. I didn't have
Yeah,
comparison grids for these, but this one was really good.
yeah, that's exceptional.
Yeah, man, I'm just like this is something different, and I love different. Maybe
Yeah,
it's not
it's
ready for prime time or whatever, but who cares? We're experimenting.
well, I mean, we're talking about this for it's been 48 hours since
Right?
these
I know.
discussions, so we're getting fresh exposure to. I mean, it's
So
in its
cool.
infancy. I'm hoping to drive hype toward it because I'd love to see what the community makes, and
Yeah.
a lot of the reasons why we can stand on the shoulders of Diff is due to the hype it had, the community involved, uh, all the hard work that people did, and
Hmm.
so I don't know how you feel about it. I'm hoping people aren't like losing excitement for these tools as they come out. You see stuff like Lionsgate partnering with Gen 3, with Runway for
Yeah.
Gen. I don't even know if it's Gen 3. It could be something else Runway hasn't told anybody about. But they've at least announced the partnership.
Hmm.
And when I see that, I'm like, that kind of sucks because you know we're hoping AI like kind of democratizes it, right? Uh,
I think it can be
this
both, right? Like I think
these
that's
are both,
that's
yeah.
because runways got their thing, which is like the high end model, their enclosed black box stuff. Feel as you may about that, it's cool that they're pushing things and they're doing cool stuff. And the Hollywood integration, because of their closed platform, allows them to have these kind of partnerships that like allow Hollywood studios to sort of dip their toes in the AI world and not feel like they're getting roasted and stuff. But like uh as long as we still keep doing stuff in the open source side, right? Like they both can feed each other, and the companies like BFL that like actually give back to the community, like I think that's more exciting. That sort of like give and
Yeah.
take with the community, as opposed to just taking a bunch of stuff, then closing your doors and building a model out of it. Yeah, that's that whole climb
Exactly.
up the building and kick the ladder off thing that sucks.
I feel like I mean I myself am working currently on a closed source project, right? And
Mhm.
so um, I'm not against closed source by any means. I just also don't want to see I don't want to see some access to really creative models, things that are
Yeah.
finally getting to the point to where it feels like that you can get in the driver's seat and all that power is underneath you to make the video of your dreams, the clip of your dreams, the movie of your dreams, whatever it is. I would hate to see that stuff become more and more less accessible.
Yeah, or only available
Uh,
if you can actually afford a Lamborghini.
exactly, where open source has to struggle to produce it by figuring out who's going to pony up the money to train a thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
No, for sure.
It's a interesting ride we're all on, this gold rush of AI.
But to go back to what you were saying about like people getting burned out and, or rather like tired of stuff as soon as it comes out, for me it's exhaustion. Like it's like there's just
Yeah.
I'm also in a kind of a I have to try everything sort of to like be able to teach it to people. So I don't get to just like rabbit hole down one thing for 6 months. Um, I do still with some stuff that I really love, but uh, that's where I get tired. Is just like, oh, I gotta try this. The seventh new 3D model that came out this month is like, is it is it
I know.
better? Is it different? What does it do? Why don't you
Okay.
just tell me what it does, and then
After
maybe I can.
API,
After what?
do you know how many, said another
Yeah,
API
yeah,
came out?
another
Do you
API, exactly.
know how many newsletters I've had to unsubscribe to because
Hmm.
of all these APIs?
Yeah, we have API access that nobody's allowed to use. Are you
Again,
excited?
yeah, exactly.
Get
Like
excited.
looking back on it, we at first this stuff was like slowly trickling out. We'd have 3 or 4 months between control net types that came out. And
Hmm.
then something new comes out. You're like, what? We do depth maps now? Are you serious?
Hmm.
Like it was just 3 months ago that they dropped normal maps. Like, and so now I'm with you. Like it's super exhausting that it seems like there's I don't know. I feel like I'm 20 papers behind every day
Yeah.
that I wake up, and I didn't catch up to the 20 I was behind the day before.
Although speaking of that, recently I've been taking papers that I don't understand and putting them through Notebook LM and having those two AI co-hosts yammer about it. And
Oh, really?
oh man, it is so cool. They're like they sit there and make jokes and like talk about stuff. It's not super high level. Like I bet you wouldn't get as much out of it if you were actually trying to understand the math and stuff. But like from a like explain this to me as if it's like a true crime podcast, it works amazing. It
No,
works
that's
really
that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of the LLM, right? It's the
Yeah.
tutor that you want at the time. It's like because I came initially before getting into software, I came from doing like electronics technician work, soldering,
Hmm.
all that fun stuff. And so I didn't know too much about like coding in general. I just knew it felt a little bit like digital logic at times, but I
Right.
had no way to equate these because my head keeps pulling it back to like analog, tangible things. But with GPT now, like I can only imagine like how easy it would have been if I could have told my tutor, hey, explain this like knowing that I only know about electronics,
Right.
tangible
Yeah.
electronics, explain this concept to someone who comes from this realm. And
Help me
so,
apply that experience to understanding this. That's cool. Yeah.
and when you're bored of that, you can just tell it, to talk like Squidward from
I know.
SpongeBob or whatever. That's the fun in it.
It's so crazy. Yeah, well, Cosmic in the chat says he uses it like a chatbot and loaded one with all of his neighborhood HOA rules so he could argue with that instead of the HOA people first. That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. All right. So like, I was just gonna basically spin up an instance on Vast so people can see how this works, how we set up the workflow, and do all the business.
Cool.
So let's do it. So if you guys have never used Vast or RunPod or anything like that, this is a way of if your computer sucks or you don't have enough VRAM, you don't have a fancy NVIDIA card, you don't have any of that stuff, you can run this stuff on the cloud and then use it in a browser on any computer. So you got a MacBook or something, it sucks at AI, no big deal. You can go rent a GPU and get to work. So this is how you do that. And this is one of the companies. This is Vast.ai. I don't have a partnership with them or anything. So this isn't an ad or anything. I use them because they're an aggregator and they allow people to spin up their own Docker images on their own machines and then provide their machines for your use. So you're renting computers from other people that are providing these computers for rent. So it's kind of like eBay for compute, I guess you could call it. But they have this system where you can't get kicked off. So once you've dictated the price and everything, you guys have agreed, you run the instance, it runs until you turn it off, or I think some of them have like a 3-day limit or something. But the point is, it's uninterruptible compute for you to get your work done. So it's good because they have much faster GPUs than are even available to consumers. Like they have A100s and H100s and stuff. So If you need a ton of VRAM or if you need a really fast compute, this is the cheapest way to do it, I think. So yeah, you just basically sign up, throw some money in the pot so you get some credit. And then we search for a template. I'm going to pick a ComfyUI template. ComfyUI, let's just select the recommended one. And now it's going to show us a whole bunch of computers that are available for rent. So you can go up here at the top. I'm going to actually zoom in on this so you guys can read it better. There we go. Okay, so you go up to the top and you pick your GPU. I wanted an NVIDIA RTX 4000 series 4090. So I'm going to rent a 4090. So I click on the 4090s. That filters them all out. And then all you'll see in your list are the ones you want. And they're all, you can say you want to sort by, and I sort by price increasing. And that means the cheapest ones are at the top. And then you can start scrolling down. So what you want to look for, two things. You want to make sure you have enough disk space. So for this stuff, it's not a ton, but the models aren't small, and we're going to try a couple models and stuff. So I'm going to allocate like an 80 gig hard drive for this. It's probably 160 is probably whatever you want to put in. The higher you go, the less machines are available, though, because, you know, people have certain amount of hard drive spaces quarantined off for this stuff. So keep that in mind. So 80 gigs is, you know, pretty standard. So we have one here as low as 30 cents. So let's look at that. That one's in Poland. It's an AMD Ryzen. That's good. The things, but we're going to try and get an EPYC, because an EPYC is a server CPU, which means it's probably sitting in a server case, which is probably just like a better computer. So I like to get an EPYC, and I like to get one with lots of internet speed so that downloading the models doesn't suck. This internet speed is less than a gigabit, so we're going to look for one that has over a gigabit. This one here in Spain is an EPYC with 4 gig down, 6 gig up. It's 38 cents an hour. That's fine for me. Let's hit it. So we're going to hit rent, and it's going to just start spinning up Comfy on that instance, and then we can watch the log and see what it's doing. And this is the part that sucks. This is the nerdy part. You do have to set up a Comfy instance on a Linux machine in the cloud, so no getting around it. But they've made it as easy as they possibly can. So right now it's just doing all the stuff it needs to do to download Comfy and all the stuff, so you can see running. And when it's done and ready to go, this loading will change to connect. So we're just going to wait.
Do you know if this is pulling from like a Docker image somewhere?
Yes, it's pulling from the AI Docker, AI Doc image for Comfy. It's like the standard one everyone uses. You can see there's a provisioning script here as well. If you want to get super dorky, you can replace this with your own provisioning script and go get your own models. So you set up your own environment the way you want it. But we don't need to do that for this, because this stuff, these Cog models actually grab their own models. It's sick. Kijai is the king of these wrappers, I think. All right, open. My connection's not private. You get this error, it doesn't matter. Just hit advanced and hit proceed. It's just because this server just came to life, so it doesn't have an SSL certificate. You wouldn't want it to. It would cost you $100. You don't need it, so it's fine. Unsafe. Here we are. This is AI Doc. This is the Docker image. This is the surface of the sun. You can tell my camera's completely white balanced out. So there's four things running here. A service portal, which is this thing we're on. There's ComfyUI. There's Sync Thing, and there's the Jupyter Notebook. So you don't really have to worry about Sync Thing. Sync Thing is a way of connecting your Google Drive or other Amazon S3, anything else. If you're doing this a lot and you want to like have access to all your projects and stuff, and you have that somewhere, you can set it all up so you just connect your drive and your stuff syncs up and you move your files. We're not going to bother with that. We're just going to download the files when we're done because it's easier. So these two links here are all the ones you need. There's the Jupyter Notebook link and the ComfyUI link. So just control click the direct links on both of these, and that's going to open them up in new tabs. So our first one here opened up the ComfyUI link, which is doing stuff. There we go. It's loading up Comfy. So this here is Comfy in the cloud. And this is the Jupyter Notebook that's running Comfy. So this is the computer that you're running it on, and this is Comfy. So if you need to access stuff on the computer, you go into the Jupyter tab, and you go over to View and say Open Jupyter Lab. And then you turn it over to View, Appearance. No, where is it? Settings, Theme, dark, for the love of God. Okay. So this is our computer, and this is our Comfy. We have access to everything in here. We just move this out. This is our like the workspace we're in. This is the ComfyUI folder. This is your output folder inside. This is where everything you make is going to land, so you can go download it from there after. If you need to access the terminal for Comfy, you just click this little terminal button, and you're on your Linux machine that's got Comfy running. Comfy's running inside this workspace folder, so you could just go cd ComfyUI. I'll make this a little bigger. cd ComfyUI, and we're inside our ComfyUI folder. So yeah, this is a very like hands-on, I have full control of the machine I'm using way of using Comfy that I prefer over like Google Collabs or like RunPod and that other. Well, RunPod's different. They're basically this. RunPod's cool. They're just more expensive. So yeah, Comfy. Let's get this scrolled down a bit. I just need to de-uglificate this a little bit because it's a fresh install. You'll have to go in and do your set all your settings. Again, with that provisioning script though, it would be possible to have settings you like and save them and download them and put them in the folder and blah 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 blah. Okay, so let's open our.
If you do this all the time, it's definitely worth.
What's that? Yeah, if you do this a lot, it's worth it. Yeah, because then you just one click and go. Okay, manager. Let's update Comfy. Sometimes it grabs a version. It's not the latest one. Sometimes it is.
I think the only model you might have to grab is the T5 text encoder.
Yeah, good call.
But you can get it through the model manager, if I remember correctly.
True, you can. And if your thing is doing stuff and you don't know what it's doing and you want to know, go back over to Jupyter Lab over here into the thing, and you want to type tail log tail. Yep, log tail, all one word, and that's just going to be your ComfyUI like terminal output, so you can see what it's doing. So right now, I wasn't sure what it was doing, but it looks like it's installing a whole bunch of stuff. So there we go. Comfy's been successfully updated, so we'll update all the add-ons. You can go back here and see what it's doing. Updating add-ons. I'm impatient. I like to know what it's doing. I don't like to wait on a blank I'm doing stuff window because I've been burned too many times by it actually not doing stuff. All right. So we're all installed here. We can restart Comfy right from here, which is nice. You don't have to deal with it the other way. Restarting Comfy manually is not awesome. You have to go kill the process, which is Linux nerd stuff. It's not hard. It just sucks. I can show you how to do that. If you want to know, you Control-C to get out of your log tail will take you back to the terminal, or you can just click up here for new terminal tab, whatever you want to do. Like you could just leave this running as log tail and then open a new one to do your actual talking to stuff, and then you always have your log open, whatever you want to do. So here's our second window. If I want to know where Comfy is, I want to ps-ef pipe grep Comfy. All right. And that's going to look through all the processes in Linux and find your Comfy processes. And you're going to see this one right here where it says opt environments, Python, ComfyUI bin, Python main.py. That there is the like Comfy command, right? So we look at the first number, that's 1883. That's the process ID. We want to kill -9 1883. You hit enter. That will murder the process, and then this actually has this Docker image actually has a thing where it notices if Comfy's dead and restarts it. So you don't even have to restart Comfy. You just kill it and it'll restart itself, which is really nice. So that's how you kill Comfy if you need to kill Comfy. And you might have to kill Comfy, so that will probably come in handy. All right. Allegedly. It's the most bug-free software I've ever used.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the manager and go to the model manager and get that T5 XXL model. So it is
There's like a 4 point something gigabyte version.
Yeah.
From Kijai toward the top.
The XXL encoder on the FP8 E4M3FN, right? I believe that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one I've been using.
Okay, so we're going to install that one right there.
Works great and is lightweight compared to most of the other ones.
Yeah. We got that good internet. Look at that.
Wow, that is flying actually.
Yeah. Shout out to Spain's internet servers. Shout out to that Spanish internet.
I know where I'm
Right.
going if I need to leave America.
Yeah, right. We don't need to restart. It's just a model. Okay. And let's also install Kijai's CogX video add-on. Custom manager. So yeah, to do that, I know a lot of this is old hat for a lot of you guys, but if this is new to you, then this will be helpful. Click on manager, click on custom nodes manager, and then click on search and search for Cog. And we're looking for the ComfyUI CogVideoX wrapper by Kijai. Let's look over, make sure it's by Kijai. It is. By the way, Kijai was going to be a surprise guest this evening, but it is extremely late where he is now, so I'm going to have him on the stream at a different time, and we're going to go over all this stuff. I'm going to pick his brain about all these diffusers wrappers, because you may notice something as you're going through a list when you're installing diffusers wrappers that his name shows up quite a bit, and that's because he has like 200 repos or something on.
It's pretty absurd.
So basically, anything that isn't in Comfy that is in diffusers, Kijai is one of the first to wrap it in a safe wrapper that you can use. So if you see Kijai, you could just download his stuff safely, I think.
I've seen Kijai on a stream before, but I'm still not convinced that Kijai isn't like the Shakespeare myth, like 13 authors working together.
It's like 14 LLMs in a booth.
Exactly. I'd be interested to see, if you turn the camera, how many Kijais are there?
All right, I'm going to do this the easy way and just pull in one of my grids. Yeah, I know. He's just too much work for one person. All right, we're missing all kinds of stuff. Oh, it's because I didn't restart Comfy. Let's do that. I've been using this app for a long time, and I still do stuff like this. So don't feel bad.
Just remember, it's not a race,
Mm-hmm.
We're here to, the real diffusion are the red nodes we cured along the way, like that's
yeah, exactly.
That's the fun.
Something like
that. We told everyone the stream would be fun. This is the fun, actually. What's coming later, that's not it. This is it.
Oh, you know what else I forgot? VHS nodes.
Ah, yeah.
Well, what's going to happen here is because I installed I dumped the workflow in. So now it's going to tell me everything I'm missing. So when you see this red stuff, don't freak out. It's not a bad thing. It's just telling you, I don't have these nodes. You got to download these nodes. So I think there's actually a button for it now, like a little pop-out button. It'll send you over there. But what you want to do is go manager, install missing custom nodes. And this is going to list all the nodes you're missing to run the workflow. All right, so we're just going to video helper suite, KJ nodes, fill nodes, and crystals. I don't know about fill nodes. Sounds a little shady. I don't think I'll install those. I'm just kidding. Install. Phil's been on the show before. You guys know his nodes. We use them all the time.
There's actually more nodes in that pack than I realized.
Oh, there's so many.
I've been like following his progress and making all those, and I forgot like just exactly how many are in that one pack. It's kind of unreal.
You may also notice that there's a Kytra node in there.
There is. I contributed.
Mm-hmm.
It does one thing. It just sends stuff to a Discord webhook.
It's so handy. I use it all the time. It's so handy.
I have like 4 of them across the workflow, and you can make it different. Okay, so pro tip: make a private server for yourself. Don't let anyone else in it.
Yeah.
For your channels, make each channel like a concern. Like, do I want to keep the alpha masks in this channel, the pose rigs in this channel, my final results in this one? Oh,
that's so smart.
And then you make a webhook for each one of those channels individually, and then you can just pepper that webhook node, and they end up in the right place. It's like an organization system.
You know what else you could do is add a job ID to the file names. for the yeah. Make them searchable.
I wonder, can a Discord bot just pull like a bunch of MP4s from a channel? Probably could, right?
Ask stability.
Okay.
I believe they did that on Midjourney server. I believe there was some concern about that at one point. No, I'm pretty sure it's possible to scrape Discord like that because it's a series of open URLs, right? It's a bunch of like you could you would just have to get those original MP4 URLs and snag
Just
it.
grab the link.
Just curl the whole list, yeah. Easy peasy. Restarted? No, let's restart. I don't feel like it did.
When in doubt.
Yeah, always restart twice, then you know. Cosmic says there is a really cool local LLM node in Phil's pack. That's correct. It works locally and with OpenAI, I think. And I think you can actually anything that works with OpenAI, you can also use with OpenRouter, which we talked about last week when we did the cursor video. So if you don't want to pay $20 a month for Claude or OpenAI, you can throw some credits in OpenRouter and just use any model you want at whatever price point you want, per token. So that, oh, Phil nodes import failed. Import failed.
Oh yeah. Phil has new nodes that work with PDFs now directly in Comfy, and that'll actually require you to manually go to his node pack, I think, and pip install requirements. Otherwise, unless the
so all I was using his nodes for was the labeling for the grids, so we're just gonna turn that off.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
I've run into this before. His nodes actually have a problem on Vast because of the GLSL stuff he does is only for Windows, not for Linux.
Okay.
So yeah, no worries. We can sort that out. Oh yeah, Pixel Pusher says gotta send Kytra my NSFW cogs.
Let's go.
Well, then do it. What are you waiting for?
Do I have Pixel Pusher merch on my laptop? I don't. I've
got mine's in my living room. Yeah, I got mine in the living room.
Yeah. Shout out
Jeru. Shout out Pixel Pusher. Okay, we are back-ish. All right, we're here in Cog with stuff, and we have things, and things do stuff, and we're cogging.
It's time.
Okay, this workflow. Damn, I feel like I should build it so that you guys understand all the, all the components. And it's not very, I'm going to build it. That way it'll make more sense. Okay, so install the thingy, install the CogX video stuff, and then do all the things I did, and then we're gonna rebuild this super quick. So this whole thing starts with the CogVideoX-Fun Control sampler, and this is the thing we'll be working with today that does all the magic business. This is the one that lets you, send control net stuff into it. Works with the pose version. I'm going to start with a control strength of 0.8, 80%, DDIM, scheduler, CFG is 6, 25 steps, blah, 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 all the things. Yeah. Okay. We need a Cog video text encode, right?
Correct.
2 of these. So that's our positive and negative. So grab a Cog video text encode. Pop one in positive and one in negative. Leave the strengths alone, I think. And then what else we need?
I can confirm that for you if you'd like.
Yeah, I've got it up on my other screen. I'm just being a dingus.
Yeah,
all right. Cog video control image encode. So this node here, Cog video control image encode. This is the one we use to encode our video into the control sampler. So that control latents goes in here. This pipeline is going to come from our model loader. So we're going to load that up. What is it? Download Cog Video Model? Yeah. Download Cog Video Model is the name of the node. Okay. We have a 4090. So I'm going to use very fast mode, the FP8 transformer in fast mode. This only works on the 40 series cards. So, yeah. And the model we're going to use is the CogVideoX-Fun version 1.1. I guess we use a 5B. Might as well. YOLO. What have you been doing? 2B or 5B?
Yeah, let me see which one I used. I don't even remember.
Let's start with 2B. It'll be
5B.
faster. Yeah. Okay. We'll start with 2B.
Yeah.
It'll be faster, and then we'll move on when it looks like crap. All right. Control video. We got to load a video, so we're going to load video. That's what we needed the video helper suite for, VHS nodes. And I'll just use the upload one so that we could just grab the files off of my thing. And I think I had one in my outputs in open pose. There you are. Hello, sir. Our little friend.
Did you make this video?
No. I wish, dude. I wish I made this video. Are you kidding? No, this is a really talented dancer on Instagram. I will add it to the chat in a minute. I'll just get the video running first. He's awesome. I use his movements for these kind of little clips. I try not to take too much of people's movements because, you know, it feels like feels like theft a bit, unless it's, you know, CC0 or whatever. But like, yeah. I don't know.
Right. I feel you.
Okay, so this is our control video, but we're gonna actually resize it. Image scale. Let's upscale image. If you're nasty. So this is gonna go through upscale image, and we're gonna use that because it has a cropper. So we're gonna crop that center. Now, no matter what I put in here, it's gonna grab 512 by 512 in the center. That is aspect correct. That's what you want. That's a good thing. Otherwise, things get squishy. Okay, bump. We're gonna do a 49 frame load cap. I know this is a 49 frame video because I made it, but I don't know if it's been fixed or added or changed. But as of yesterday, anyway, the video sampler would only take 49 frames. So
there actually is improvements to it that will allow it. There's tiling options. I think they actually should already be on this node. You have a node that's updated.
Oh yeah, so tile length and tile overlap. There you go.
Yep. So you can
okay, so I guess we can go further. Yeah, so forget what I was saying about 49. But the model itself, I believe, is trained on 49 frames, so that's a good place to start, I think. But yeah, maybe we could do a longer video. See what happens. All right. I connected the Cog video pipe to the pipeline. If anybody missed that. So yeah. And also, is the PAP config only useful on the 3090?
I don't know. I've just left it in mind, but I'm using a 4090.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm using a 4090 and I've never had it give me issues.
I had I had one issue where it didn't me, but you know when your computer runs out and it starts swapping, and like everything got really slow, which is crazy because I have a lot of RAM, but like whatever. Killed Discord and then everything was back to normal. So I don't know. Cog video pipe goes nowhere. We need the Cog video decode. Cog video decode from the Cog video X wrapper. So this is our samples, goes in here. The pipeline comes from the pipeline out of the control sampler. And the image out goes to a video combine node. Skadoosh. All right, 24 frames per second. Save output, yes. Let's make it an MP4 and CRF13. Okay, I'm going to put it in the COG folder and call it COG. Oh my God. All right, are we good? I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Let's add NSFW nude to the negative prompt because we're here on the YouTubes.
You gotta load T5 clip.
Oh yeah, let's add a clip, eh? Why don't we add a clip? Load clip. T5XXL in SD3 mode?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
why, actually.
I don't know why either.
So that's one I haven't questioned just yet. I've been doing it.
Okay, let's make this full screen so everybody can look at it for a second. Okay, so that pab config thing, Kijai told me it makes it faster and only use it if you have a 3090 or 4090 because it will envelop all of your 24 gigabytes.
Ooh.
Yeah, he said it uses much more memory to do that. So if you're running into memory problems, don't use it. Just wait. Okay, and then everything else. So this Google T5 model, this is the one we downloaded with the manager earlier. So yeah, it'll just show up when you add the load clip node. Let me add some colors so we can understand what we're looking at here. All right, and then where else are we? So this is our download cog video model node. We select the Alibaba Pi CogVideoX-Fun version 1.1, 2B or 5B pose model. This is the model we're going to use for this thing. You don't have to download it. This will do it for you when you run the thing. So the first time you run it's going to take forever. It's because it's downloading the model, and then when it's done downloading the model, it won't have to do that again. So yeah,
Unless you're on a Spanish 4090.
Yeah, then it'll go fast. What else? So this is our positive prompt here, and this is our negative prompt, and this is our image encoder. So I'll make that purple because it's kind of part of the diffusion thing. You're purple too, and so you'll be red because you're part of the VAE decode, and you will be blue. Okay, so image encode we're going to leave at 512. We're just going to do some stuff at 512 to start. What's the tiling for?
Tiling is for if you have issues encoding like longer videos.
Okay.
Like sometimes it'll or larger videos,
right?
Depending on what you're trying to do. So it's basically just for the image encode step. It will tiled vey.
Sweet. Tiled vey or not tiled vey, up to you. Oh, enable tiling for the VA to reduce memory usage. You know, sometimes you can just mouse over things instead of asking people boring, annoying questions. Yeah, that's actually really cool. These tooltips are awesome. I've never seen these before.
There's a lot of there's some folks that are even doing. I don't know if you notice video combine has like a whole question mark on the node.
Yeah, those are cool too. Yeah,
entire essay to read about it if you want.
An essay. Yeah. It's good though. Good. Documentation is good. Documentation is good. All right, image encode into our sampler. Sampler settings are basically all normal, except I'm going to leave control strength at about 80% to start. Decode, that's all default settings. Don't mess with it. Video combine. These are mostly default. MP4, I turned down the CRF to increase the quality a bit and make sure it saves. And throw it in a folder so you don't go crazy. Okay. What should we make this person do?
The pizza suit didn't seem to be turning out exactly.
No.
Let's just ask him to be in an inflated suit, like an inflatable suit.
A man in an inflatable suit. Oh man, dancing in an inflatable suit.
There we go.
Okay, so we're gonna control enter, and that's gonna run, and our queue starting. It's hitting the download node. So if we go look at our thing, look at that. It's downloading. Who'd thunk it?
While this downloads, a word from our sponsors.
Yeah. Blue Chew. Are you getting older?
Well, yes, actually. With every second I watch this ad, I'm getting older.
I love it when like there's a podcast and there's a highlight for the podcast on YouTube and they do an ad in the middle of the highlight. And it's like, holy cow, guys, this is max ads.
Yeah. No shame anymore.
No. Get your money. I got no beef with that. Get paid. All right, here we go. Downloaded it. We're encoding the video. All 49 frames. Something went right. Oh, something went right. Yep. Okay. Let me make sure I plug that into the negative. Yep. Good thing. All right.
I tested this a few times on the 4090, and 768 uh, just barely squeezes by. Uh, I don't know. I haven't tried it since all of the tiled bay or any of that stuff to see
Hmm.
if it's any better. I think Kijai was successfully doing 960 with all of the optimizations turned on one 4090.
Hmm. Okay.
I mean, it did what we asked, right?
The entire world is inflated. The contrast is interesting. I mean, like it's kind of a little too bright on my monitor, but like you can actually you can see the shadows of the suit. Like it's he's in
I
a
mean,
white suit on a white background, so it's very hard to All right, that was fast though. That one really fast. Let's try 768 now. I'm curious.
yeah, that the 2B is probably
Yeah, the 2B is
uh,
extremely fast. Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, maybe we should jump to the 5B. It'll probably look a lot better. Yeah, but I mean, 35 cents an hour to rock a 4090 is not too bad. Not too bad.
I mean, especially if you. So I've seen a lot of people doing this actually on Benodoko, and not just with CogX. They do this just as an efficiency thing. But they'll run several renders, like kind of like do some seed surfing,
Hmm.
mixing up a prompt between each attempt or something. But they'll run them on, like 256 even, that small sometimes, just to get an idea of what's at that seed for that prompt.
Mm.
Uh, and then they'll put them together and batch them, and then they'll do that on like a non 4090 card. A lot of folks are using 12 gigabyte, 16 gigabyte cards locally. So they'll
Mhm.
do the searching on those, on the lower resolution, and then come back and just do, rent a 4090 and then queue up a
Batch up,
bunch of them
yeah.
to be done over the next few hours.
Batch up your fatties.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it's a great way to use distributed computing because,
A decode issue is this one was 768, right?
yeah, allocation on device. I think we ran out of RAM. Let's try the tiled decode. Oh no, that's an encode. That's probably this one we want, right? No?
Surprised it
Let's see
failed.
what happens. Should have got through that, don't you think?
I think so.
I should have gone
I,
through.
I don't
Could
know if
this
the tile.
Spanish person be lying about the speed and size of their video card somehow?
Is that actually possible with Vast, or is
I
it
don't
like?
think so. I doubt it.
Yeah, I figure they
Exception
probably
during
have some way to like scan the specs on the machine.
allocation on device. What does that mean?
It's usually like a CUDA issue.
You do not
Some
have
kind of
enough
algorithm.
VRAM. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like a memory allocation problem.
But I think this is why the Vey tiling was put in. I think this is why Kijai opted for that.
Hmm.
It was too intermittent. I mean, sometimes I'd run it on 768 and I'd hit the issue of allocation on device at the encoding step, where the video I was trying to put in, I guess there's enough information in it that it's just causing me to hit CUDA issues.
Hmm.
I had to actually turn the server off and back on to run it at that resolution because it wouldn't do it from job to job.
Oh yeah, we can't do 768. Interesting. Huh.
I don't know that there's. Is this an issue with the PAB then? Like, do we need to
Ooh, actually, yeah, good point.
try to cut the PAB config? I don't know if
Yeah, good
that's.
point. Let's try. Let's get rid of that. Let's kill the turn it back to 768. Yeah, that's possible. Do you know what the compile thing is for? Actually, let me mouse over it. Compile the model for faster inference. These are advanced options only available on Linux. We do have Linux.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like a TensorRT thing or if that's a.
Yeah, OneDiff or Torch are the
Yeah.
options.
Oh,
It says read the README, but I don't do
Torch.
that.
That's probably a torch.compile thing then.
Yeah. 19 hours later, you have your compiled model, which will infer 1% faster.
Saving you a lot of time.
Over time, it adds up. It adds up. Okay, this seems like much slower than it used to be. Oh, right, because it's 768.
Yeah, 768. And since it's not using the pab config, are you able to actually see without having to go to the command line? Like, is there like a part of Vast that shows like GPU usage? Like
I don't think
your
so.
allocation?
I don't think so.
I know there's stuff you can just throw in the terminal
I
that'll tell
mean,
you, but
you would think, right? Like, wouldn't that be smart to have a little like, I mean, I guess you could just do this.
I can't really see that on
Oh,
my
me
screen,
neither.
but
Me
I'm
neither. I'm blind as bad.
really shrunk.
All right. It looks like we are at 87 Celsius using 13 gigs of VRAM. Yeah, that seems about right. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, so now it's just crapping out all the time. So auto tile size do default is half the size. I can try this BAE tiling, but weird, man.
That's again at 768, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
I've only done 512 locally at home. Let me get rid of that. Temporal tiling disabled. Are you guys having fun? Are you guys having fun watching us just poke through vast problems for 45 minutes? It's great, isn't it? This is what using distributed computers like, though, right? Like, I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. This stuff can suck. It can suck. But it's faster than doing it at home. This would be going half the speed on my 3090. And it might disconnect us from streams, so. Always break stuff. Yeah, all right. Dun, dun, dun. What do you think? It's gonna work? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, we could try that next 2CG. 2CG said you could try turning off fast mode, see if that helps. But you're running yours at fast mode at 768, right?
No, I actually have fast mode turned off.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
But I had a different error with fast mode, but that was due to something else. I forget. But yeah, that was the issue with the Windows machine. Because I was trying to run this in GCP, actually, is where I've got my instance set up.
GCP?
GCP.
What's that?
Google Cloud Platform.
Oh.
So it's on a Google server.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh,
so
right.
in situations like this, obviously we want to find something to do to make it faster. But with the solid white and kind of cloudiness over the subject, I've been lowering the strength of the control net just a touch, 0.1, 0.15. You might drop it, 0.6.
657, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And then CFG I've been running above 7.5. So like somewhere around like 7.5 to 8 on CFG.
Oh, really?
Yeah. To really kind of push through the washed out blatant noise.
All right. Let's try one. Actually, let's try one more with those settings so we don't change too many things at once. And then after this one, I'll turn off fast mode and see if that does anything. And again, we're seed surfing, so who knows? These could just be sketchy seeds.
That's very true.
Sketchy seeds.
The sketchiest. These
Good
are blurry.
evening. Good evening to... Okay, we got... Oh my gosh. Good evening to Remy. Good evening to Permadost. Pixel Pusher. Artificially Inclined. Norseman. Who else? Syntax Diffusion. Midjourney Man. 2CG. Holy cow, everybody's here. Max, what's up? Flipping Sigmas. Holy cow.
I know what a turnout.
What a turnout. Yeah, a lot of those people are people. Can you believe it?
That's wild. I only know them as icons, actually.
Yeah, just the talking avatars.
Change your profile pic. I don't know who you are anymore.
Yeah. Who's this guy? Syntax Diffusion says... Syntax Diffusion says never trust a sketchy seed. I don't know.
No.
There's been some sketchy seeds that have done good.
Yeah. 80085, right?
Mm-hmm. That's how I always know when it's one of my workflows. The fixed seed is always 8008135.
You think you're the only degenerate out there, Perps.
Mm-hmm. I know it.
I'm pretty sure you just named a bunch of other degenerates.
Yeah.
Live on stream.
I did. Oh. Okay. Oh, jeez.
No. No success.
Okay. Let's turn fast mode off and see what that does. We're curious if there's any big graphical difference there, or if that's just like sheer speed.
Well, I think one of the issues that we're having too is the prompt needs a little more information in it. This is something I ran into. We're kind of just telling it, like, we're not giving it a setting. We're not giving it.
Let's put
detail.
An adorable bear dancing in the forest, surrounded by trees.
Love it.
Sunny day.
Classic. The bear in the forest.
Bear in the forest. There's a bear. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Bear dance in the woods.
Go ask GPT. They'll help me out.
Bears are not known for dancing in the woods. As a large language model, I can't provide you with information like that. I think I'm gonna just start starting sentences with that. Like, as a large language model, I would like a large coffee.
I'm just gonna start putting captchas in your way somewhere. Yeah.
We are cooking this server. It is running at 92 degrees Celsius.
I was gonna comment on that. Whenever you mentioned the degrees of that GPU, I was thinking like, wow, that's. I don't even have the side of my case on my PC, and I think mine's hot running around like 68, 70.
Oh, that's good. Mine does get up to 80. Locally, mine does. My 3090. I think the 4090 is a little cooler. I don't know why, but I think it is. No, this one is not. This one is hitting 90. That's insane.
Yeah. Like, what time is it in Spain? Is it mid-afternoon? Heat of the sun?
No, it's actually 1 in the morning there.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna cook this guy's apartment, man. It must be hot in their apartment right now. Oh, some assholes cooking cog videos. His poor girlfriend's just dying. He's like, it's worth it. We're making 30 cents an hour on this.
Less than that because Vast needs their cut.
Yeah, Vast gets their cut. Plus, they have to pay for the power. Oh, amazing. Terrible. We're all burning to death soon. Just, just embrace it. Oh no.
Hey,
Oh no. There we go. Every time I say sunny day, it gives me a dirty white or dirty yellow background.
really?
Yep. If I get rid of sunny day, I bet that turns into a dirty green background.
Yeah, there's a lot you can add to your negative prompt too. I've noticed that with the
Oh
T5,
yeah.
the negative prompt can get you a long ways. Um,
It's cute though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean the consistency is remarkable, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the crazy part is
It's bear shaped. That's right. Yeah, it's definitely bear shaped.
it's friend shaped.
Yeah.
You know,
If not friend
very
shaped.
huggable.
If not friend, then why friend shaped?
It's kind of like pushing Teletubby,
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
That
Like the
big belly.
faces. I've noticed because I don't think that the DW OpenPose face rig is right for this. Uh, is why I've been using the media pipeline in a lot of my stuff. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's like trying to figure out what the fuck to do with the face of that bear,
Oh yeah, that
and it
was
just
another
seems
thing I wanted to do is try to do an up close face with like a close up with the
nice.
media pipe thing. See what that does.
I sent you on Discord um, the mask that I was using when I had hot dogs and trucks driving into my mouth.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
okay. Let's try that one.
so that one's in your Discord.
Yeah, let's try that one. Yoink. Yoink. Okay. And then yummy.
I don't actually remember how long that, that video is. I can find that out for you, like how many frames it is.
It won't matter. I'll
You
just
got it
cap it
down
at
to
49.
49.
Yeah, it'll be fine. All right, we're gonna try a
What's your
card right. What's that?
what's your start and end percentage on the control net?
0 1. I haven't even messed with that yet.
Can you try setting the end to 0.5?
Sure.
I've noticed as you saw as you saw in the video with the bird where had it only flash in for a moment and then flash in at the end and it still had it in the scene. I don't think that it's necessary for the control net to run the whole cycle. I think that it actually might be what's washing out more of the detail as well.
Yeah, that makes
Um,
sense. Yeah, because that's what happens at diff. Like
yeah.
if you let it hang on too long, rather it's good to let it go wild at the end. Let it dream wildly for the last bit of diddle.
The last little diddle.
The last little diddle.
Now, is this new control net video, but same prompt?
No, I put a car driving into a giant mouse statue at the
Oh, okay,
beach.
okay.
And then I
Nice.
changed the width and height to 512 wide and 768 tall, and then crop center. So hopefully it'll just do
Cool.
the business.
Let's see if we get like a Easter Island head
Oh,
kind
you
of
know what
thing.
else? I just realized we've been doing 2B this whole time too. So maybe 5B is just better in general. Like,
Possible.
yeah.
Some would say it's more than twice as good
Yeah. Slightly more.
based on parameter account. Well,
Oh, man. Okay. Why? Okay, why? Let me turn off this VAE tiling and try just one more
well,
time.
this video result you're seeing now doesn't include us changing the control net end.
Yeah, it does.
It does include that one. Okay.
Yeah. So it's 65 strength, 0 start, 50 end.
I mean, this is very similar to what I was getting the statues, like very similar settings. And nailed the truck, though.
Yeah, the car? Yeah, absolutely. Went right in. Yeah, I guess we could have a little preview window here too of the cropped video. Oh, and then we could also pop one of them image concatenate nodes, one of them fancy image concatenate nodes. Concatenate right the resized one with the decoded one, and then pop another video combine on the end and throw the word grid on the end.
Well, now you're doing science. You told everyone we were having fun here today.
Yeah. There. It's all done. Back to fun. Oh, look at that. There's a mouth.
Hey.
Okay, so
Wait,
the VA tiling. But why is it so white? Why is it so white? It's awfully white.
I still think this could be an issue. Like the color cleared up a lot. Like it may be an issue with the control net strength. I don't know if it helps to keep dropping the strength. The masks.
I'm gonna try to 0.3, 01.3. We're gonna try that. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Hey gents, can this be used with an IP adapter? Absolutely not. It's just not built yet. It's not built yet.
Hopefully soon. I mean, there's more and more things we're realizing you can hack into the architecture that weren't very apparent originally.
Yeah, I mean, could you train an IP adapter version of this model and use the same kind of control input for it into the single frame, or does this work with the video to video? Like, I don't really.
Yeah, if you can train, because there is training code for these things, for like the control GGUF. Like it came out with a set of training scripts.
GGUF.
The GGUF.
The GGUF.
So I mean, if you're going to train anything, you might as well just train, the characters or whatever into the model itself. I don't know. I haven't tried it to see how difficult that would be. Oh, another allocation on device issue.
I guess we'll turn the tiling back on. That's weird though. It sucks that it waits until it's done the entire run to tell you it's run out of memory. It'd be nice to know early on if it's going to run out of memory.
We just need a smart encode that's like, yeah, this is not going to fly. I'm just still astounded by how much motion you can direct with anything. I mean, the truck here is blowing me away. The mouth.
Well, if this was like 4% better, it would be an incredible video. Like it's so close. Like it's wild. Oh my god!
But this is a common story though. Like I mentioned earlier,
it's easy to get that first 20%. Yeah.
Yeah, 48-hour-old discoveries here that you can just shove masks into the damn thing.
Early days.
So what'd you change in this instance?
I turned the tiling back on. And in this one, I turned the control end percent back up to 1, which was seemingly a mistake, and I turned the control strength down to 3. So I'm going to put the control end back to 50 and leave the control strength at 3 and see what it does this time.
Cool.
And also, this is one thing you'll notice that we're doing here. We're only changing 1 or 2 things at once because when you change 3 things, you have no idea what any of your changes did anymore. So it's really important to change 1 or 2 things tops and understand what you're changing. Ideally, those things won't actually be related. Like, you're doing a memory fix and something else, or like the 2 things that will change the result. You won't know what you changed unless you do 1 thing at a time. So that's why we're doing these slow iterative changes. Otherwise, yeah, it's really easy to think, oh, well, the problem is probably this, and then change 9 things. And then you're like absolutely right back to square one because, and worse, you don't even have your default settings to start from. So yeah, recommend branching your changes out slowly, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
I think I see something you can change to fix your issue.
Okay.
Set the scheduler to DPM++.
All right. DPM PP. Well, that's a thing.
What? Yeah, what is that? Is this
Well,
supposed to be the truck again?
that's something. It's like, yeah, I think it's a statue. Okay, so uh this dude William Cusack, like John
Yeah.
Cusack, is that it? He's gonna kill me. It's Cusick, like music. Make it 40 steps. He says Cog at 25 steps does weird stuff.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. YOLO.
Yeah, I'm running 36 steps on the workflow, where I was turning myself into a skeleton in a graveyard,
Oh yeah.
and that seemed to do pretty well with fixing like the color washout.
The cool thing about 40 steps is it'll be twice as long to find out it sucks.
Beauty is pain, you know. If you don't want a shit-looking render,
Like this one.
yeah, I don't know what that is actually.
Isn't it obvious? It's
Yeah,
it's obvious.
let's
It's
go.
just
These
obvious.
the last like 5 steps are the worst. Big money, no whammies.
Yeah, I should have got the H100.
Were you noticing a pretty significant speed increase over this?
On anything. Have you tried an H100?
I have. I just haven't done much with like video
Yeah,
on
they're
an
like,
H100.
unfortunately,
It's
they
gonna
are
train.
like 2.5 times faster than a 490 4090 for this kind of
Oh
stuff.
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy how much faster they are. Well,
What do we get now?
that's kind of like a Easter Island mushroom.
Yeah, let's
Okay, something's wacky. Something's not doing something. What am I doing?
is this
Something
still
wrong?
768?
Yep. Should we go back to 512?
Okay. Let's try 512 just for the sake of speed, and let's try throwing the 5B model at it with the same like prompt and everything.
512. That's gonna actually be what, like 384 ish, probably width.
Yeah, if you're wanting to keep a similar aspect ratio.
That's 5B. Here we go. Oh, we got to download the 5B model. Hurry up and wait.
Rick, how long are your streams normally first?
9 to 14 hours.
Oh, cool.
No, I'm just kidding. We usually go, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, just depends. Yeah, feel free to dip whenever you're getting sleepy. It's all good.
It's more so my daughter returns from soccer practice soon, so
Oh, no worries. Yeah. No, that's great. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, an hour's great. So anything we go past is awesome. So just let me know when you got to roll. Ain't no
we're trying
thing.
to get people to fun.
Yeah.
I'm hanging in there till things become fun.
Yeah, eventually it will be fun if we wait long enough. That's how
We're
fun
getting there.
works. You just sit and you wait patiently until fun happens.
Yeah.
What's up, Adam? What's up, Wicked Jato? Sorry if I'm freaking just smashing these names. What's up? Oh, here we go. Oh, look at that one.
That was the
Did it
last
give
one we
me
just had.
did it give me the same video?
I don't think it's done. I think all I did was download.
Oh yeah, we're still downloading the model. We're done downloading the model. I saw a done progress bar and got excited. All right.
So did that guy sitting in the 95-degree Celsius room right now.
Oh my god. Must be hell.
He's he's ready for us to get to the fun.
This is a nice break while it's downloading models. You can see nice balmy 51% or 51 Celsius, but we'll get it up
God.
again. We'll get it up again. Here it goes. Yeah, it's cooking again. Let me switch to the where's the thingy? Let's switch the top bar thing. Yeah. Top, please.
This
There we
progress
go.
bar.
Oh God. I don't miss the little sidebar thing. I like this new panel. They got the top bar and the sidebar. I like it.
Oh, nice.
I like
Still
that they
gives you
put.
readout.
Sorry.
Still gives you readouts on stuff.
Yeah, they
The
added
status.
these like little nice little readouts to the top bar, so you can see what's up. Back in my day, fun took at least 30 hours. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're upset over waiting, 2.5
Oh, I know.
minutes to
Remember
it
disco?
sucks. God. Warp, disco, warp. Like,
Pity.
it's easy to be disgruntled at how long this takes, but then I remember how long I would sit through just to find out, like, Warp Fusion didn't turn me into Asuka over 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But it did put these really cool dots everywhere.
Yeah. Many, 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 many. I wonder how many dots are on my hard drive. Probably a lot. Okay.
So 5B.
This is definitely something.
Moral of the story is 5B for sure.
Wow. That looks cool.
It's terrifying.
I love it.
It made my entire face the mouth, which was
Yeah.
interesting. We may actually need to turn the control net back up.
You know what? I did say a car driving into a giant mouth, though. I didn't say a car driving into a giant face.
Ooh. Good
So
point.
what if we say a car driving into a giant face? A giant, let's get rid of the statue at the beach crap and just put a car driving into a giant face. See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the 5B is the way to go, even though it takes longer. Good lord.
You can also do something like Godzilla eating the world's longest hot dog. That one works.
Nice.
You notice?
Godzilla
notice
slurping on the world's largest glizzy.
But you notice how this, like, the road follows the path of the squares and is roughly the same width as the squares?
Yeah, like
This is
a Hot Wheels track.
Yeah, that's from the shape of the mask. Like it draws very heavily from the shape of the mask.
And then it finishes it, like draws the whole thing out. It's interesting.
I've made versions of this where the square is faded. The square can, if you change the shape of it, you can just have fish swimming into someone's mouth. Like,
man, I love this. Like, it's sort of like abstract input, realistic output is super fun. Like it's
yeah,
it's a really cool way to work with this stuff because you kind of know what you're going for, but you don't know what you're going to get exactly. No, it's sick. And I say this a lot, but this is the worst it's ever going to be.
Yeah, it's brand new, and these workflows are in their infancy and will only get better.
Yeah, if you play with this stuff, you are basically a frontier person. Like this is new stuff. It is very new. New is the word I would use. Yeah, look at this one.
Oh my god, it's actually ramping into the mouth.
Yeah.
Love that.
That looks really good.
It looks ridiculous.
That looks so good.
The thing was, we set out to see this happen, right? Like, whenever I first reached out to you about this, to show you, because I knew
you mean like 13 hours ago?
Yeah, exactly. 13 hours ago, I was like, who loves masks? Purrs.
Yeah.
And so when I reached out to you to tell you about it, where was I going with this? I don't remember what I'm talking about anymore.
Masks.
Yeah. The intentionality behind it was what we saw as like really the takeaway for a tool like this is you have so many options with things like animate diff. I don't need to tell you or your audience, they know. You get all kinds of crazy masks moving. You just tell it, I throw a bunch of cubes and a depth map at it describe something, I get all this crazy motion.
Mhm.
But it still feels there's still not enough consistency and control in those other tools to really feel like every one of your ideas is that you can actually chase every idea with intentionality, you know?
Yeah, executed
Um,
intention. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's obviously there's something to be said for just exploring, right, and having fun and seeing what comes from your own imagination and the imagination of the you know the vectors in the model. But yeah, I think that what's really interesting is that for one, this could be longer now. We've already solved in the last 13 hours. Kajai's already solved the issue with
Whoa.
the context window. That's amazing. Like, that's intense.
Holy.
We got to it. What time is it? We got
801.
to the fun. Mark it down. The fun has started now. Okay.
This is
So
crazy.
if you were already on the edge of your seat,
Bookmark the fun. Yeah, bookmark it.
yeah.
Oh, wow. That
It's an
looks
hour and a half
so
in.
good.
It's wild. I love this.
Holy. Come on, Cog. Good job.
Yeah, and it's putting a body. I don't know if you saw the latest thing I put on Instagram. I don't even want to show. It's a dumb joke that I'm happy is over. I finally got to the end of it and posted the video. But the guy like hanging out like neck deep in lava,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it doesn't have any idea what's below. So you could literally prompt for this Godzilla to be eating these eggs, these breakfast foods or whatever it is. You could literally do it like in lava. You could literally put like neck deep in lava, and it'll solve lava as the base because it doesn't know. There's nothing else in the rig to show it where the body should be.
Right.
So this is one of the things I liked about MediaPipe Face is you can kind of like uh, just get it to solve the most random like empty space while you control the rest of it. And
It's insane. I'm going to try and put him in
it's
lava
what
now.
it makes me excited for when this gets a little bit faster, when
Yeah.
we can all start running it at 768 or 960 consistently on a 4090 or less,
Yeah, yeah, that is yeah, it's frustrating for our GPU poor friends, and I was one of those GPU poor people for a long time. And I
Yeah.
even feel that way now, even with my 3090. I'm glad to have 24 gigs. I'm glad to be in the door, but every time I use one of these 4090s, I'm like, I could be doing everything twice as fast.
Yeah.
But what is speed, right? Like, I'm just glad. Again, I'm just glad I can do it. Glad I have the capability to do it locally because this cloud stuff, while useful, can be very frustrating to use because it's not local. Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to show you guys is how to download all your stuff when you're done. Because like, say I had to go or whatever, and I had to dip, and I needed all these files that I just worked on. They're in this folder, and I can go download them all one by one, or I can right click or click or one of these. If you go out of the folder, you go out of the folder and then right click on it. Yeah, you can download the whole thing. This doesn't always work. It sometimes, most of the time works, but if this isn't working for you, another thing you can do is just open a terminal window, CD into your output folder, CD space output, or sorry, ComfyUI, then go into your output folder, CD output. You can look at all the files inside, and then if you just type zip dash R, oh, we don't need R, but 0, zips dash 0, that'll just store all your files in a zip file. It won't compress them. And I think it's output.zip star and just star. I believe that'll do it. Yeah. And that'll just give you this output.zip, and then you can go into your output folder and grab it. Easy peasy.
Nice.
So that was zip dash 0 for 0 compression, no store. No compression, just store.
Love it.
It looks like a bunch of sausage links now just going in like.
He's got teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
I mean, you could literally change it to like, old lady in a old lady in a farmer's hat eating sunflowers, you know.
Old woman in a farmer's hat eating a giant tube of sunflowers. Oh, I put sunflows. Oh, that'll be interesting.
I like this. I usually go with canned over tubed sunflows
I
myself.
can't.
You know?
This can's going in. What was that movie, the Japanese movie with the guy who ate metal? The hell was that
Oh
called?
my God. I don't
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Tatsu. Oh man, it starts with a T. That movie's insane. He like turns in like becomes all metal and. That'd be a good Laura.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's Jeru? Get on it, Jeru.
Get him in the chat.
Hey, Tetsuo, that's it. Yeah, Bill knew. Yeah, we need a Tetsuo Laura right now. Stat. Somebody make a Flux Laura. Actually, these 5B tests at 384. These 5B tests at 384 by 512 are running fast as hell.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're not terrible.
For this quality? Like, what the?
And so you're actually not at the limitation of the video length anymore either. There you go, shoving tubes of sunflows in her mouth.
It just looks like a just an extra long banana.
Yeah.
She's going to town. But it's a farmer. She's in the sun.
That is true. That is true.
Come on, man.
I mean, it gave us what we asked for. Those are tubed sunflows.
Popcorn flying into a monkey's mouth.
Bananas?
In the rainforest. Oh, yeah. Bananas would be better, I guess. Bananas flying into a monkey's mouth in the rainforest. Wearing a hat.
So one thing I'm interested to see, what we don't have yet is like prompt travel, or at least no one's come up with a clear solution to it yet. But now that we have the tiles, I'd be interested to see like a long, like 128 frames, 256 frames, whatever it is, run with the tiles. You still see, like you see with issues with SVD that's run through, you know, evolve sampling, or when you do animate diff for longer renders, the context switch, it's still present here. It can be masked a little bit at the cost of time on how much overlap there is between each tile. But it'd be really, really cool to see each tile get its own prompt, but then that overlap is going to be something super goofy that whatever it tries to do to solve for this period where you have two completely different opposing like prompt embeddings kind of interpolating between the two. And so it's already trying to make the two videos make sense with each other as it does the overlap. I'm really excited to see something like that evolve from this. And it's gonna look like data moshing on steroids, you know?
Yeah, like context moshing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you played with the block editor at all?
I have not, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm scared.
The monkeys and the bananas?
No, of the block editor.
Oh, okay. I
don't really know what that means.
It gets you canceled, you know. It's not. Bananas are probably.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm actually blown away by the quality, though. Like, this is 384 by 512. Like, that is insane quality for 384 by 512.
Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with the high step count for how well the fur translates.
Yeah.
I was noticing I had to go north of 30 on the step count to get fur to not look slightly blurry. But 40 steps is popping right now.
Now that it looks good, should we try to bring the control strength up a bit? I don't know. It's kind of nice, but it's interesting.
Until like I didn't give you a version of that mask where the white part is magenta. If you raise the control strength, I think it's going to start forcing things to look like a square, or it's going to like rebuild the track,
right.
like the track into their mouth.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Those bananas are not ready to eat. That's all I know.
No, they're very unripe. Let's do a jet stream of water flying into a baby hippo's mouth.
There we go.
Topical? I keep forgetting.
If you're watching National Geographic, you can reach out to me via.
I keep forgetting the hippo's name. Is it Moodang? Have you seen Moodang?
I have not seen Moodang.
Oh, you gotta check out Moodang. He's adorable. All she does is bite and get sprayed by a hose, and everybody loves her.
One of nature's most terrifying land animals.
Yeah, but as a baby, they're adorable. As an adult, it can murder your whole family without even thinking. But
and show no remorse doing it. You should not have been near the mud. No. You or your family.
Could you not hear us? We're rhinos. Or hippos. What are they? Hippos.
Hippos, yeah.
I always get rhinos and hippos mixed up. They're very different.
Surprisingly,
they're both silly creatures, though. They should not exist.
Yeah, I actually think that rhinos, while they look twice as intimidating as a hippo, less huggable,
Maybe not as dangerous?
I think they're actually twice as subdued.
That's crazy. Because they got the stabbing horn.
Yep. Yeah, I'll probably have to dip in about 3 minutes, Pers.
Oh, okay, perfect. This is actually a great time to wrap up. We're just gonna see our little baby hippo get the water spray. That's perfect. All right. How's it look?
Where is it?
Oh my god! We did it! We did it!
Look at that water, though. The water is
so
incredible.
Good. It's all so good.
It even blinked when the water got in its eye,
So if you guys want to see these, I'll dump a bunch of them on my server. I'll dump a bunch in the Banadoko CogX video server. If you want to follow the progress of what we're all doing here, come by Banadoko. Come to the CogX video channel. That's where we're all working on stuff. So if you're doing this too, throw your videos in there. Share your findings with us. This is always a community effort. So come out and play, and please don't be afraid to show your work. We want to see it. Come on.
Any of my examples on that CogVideoX channel should also be workflows. So any of them that you see should have metadata attached. You can grab that and just drop it in your Comfy as well if you're interested to pick up from any of those experiments. I think several people in the channel are doing that, so that's nice.
Well, thanks, Kytra. This is amazing. Thanks for coming out, and I'd like to have you back whenever you'd like to come. And yeah, do you have anything you want to talk about or plug before you dip, or do you have anything coming up you want the people to know about?
I honestly really don't. I'm just glad to kind of be back in these circles. Really excited. My company is going to leave Stealth soon. We'll talk about the product at some point, but I'm not really worried about that. I'm just happy to be here.
Awesome.
Excited to be on the stream. I heard names of a bunch of friends. I actually haven't had YouTube open to even know who else here. But I heard names of a bunch of friends. Really appreciate y'all stopping by and seeing all the fun. Sorry we were having to cut it right when the fun started. We got
not at all. No, we got all the way through it, and people know how to use it now, and they can go make their own stuff. It's cool. We achieved fun. It only took 2 hours, and we achieved fun. Fun achieved. But thanks again, Kytra, and we'll see you real soon. And I'll talk to you about coming back soon because this was great.
Yeah,
good night, everybody. And yeah, hit up the Patreon, hit up the Discord, hit up the things, hit up the stuff, go to the websites, do all the things. I'll be back soon. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening. Bye, 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 bye.